e-governors. What is meant by the e-governors? So e-governors means the government is involved or government is use the commerce in their activity, and that process is called as the e-commerce. So it is the significant that implementation of the information technology in the government process and the function so as to cause the simple, moral, accountable and the transfer governance. So it is the e-commerce, government use the e-commerce for the simple, moral, accountable and the transferred governance. So there are the some advantages. Are you getting? The e-governance means government is utilizing or government is use internet for their smart, accountable, moral, transparent governance. Okay, and that is called as the e-governance. So what are the advantages of the e-governor? So the first is the reduction corruption. So ultimately all the tenders and all the notices are available on the internet. So anyone can fill any tender, anyone can see whatever exactly doing in the particular tender or whatever the sites of the government is available, whatever the seats of the government job is again available. So we can see everything is on the internet. Due to this, the reduction of the corruption is done. Next is the high transparency. High transparency means everything is available. We can see, we can check anything of the government against the law of the human being. So whatever the law we are having, by using that we can cross check everything that is available on the internet. So ultimately it will reflect there should be the transparency in the process. So highly transparency means everything is available on the internet, there is a no paperwork. So there is a less possibility of the corruption or there is a less possibility. So we can call it is a high transparency. Next is the it is the reduce the overall cost, it is the expanded reach to the government, again the direct participation of the constitutions means we can, by using the internet, all the process of the government it is somewhat easier, and due to this the government process is also get improved because of everyone can see what is going on exactly. So we will see one by one. The first is, this is the type of e-government. So what are the type of e-governors? The e-governors first type is government to the citizen. So in this government to the citizen means the government is directly connected to the particular citizen. For if we are taking the example of some public health care centers, if you want to utilize the government, some government whatever the policies is available, suppose we are taking the example of the hospitalization. So government is assigned the multiple facility to the particular citizen for using, or that is everything is available on the internet. If you want to make a operation, if you want to make operation of the any citizen, so there are the various type of there are various type of government facilities available. Government is also support to make that particular, so some funds is available for that, and that process is called as the government to the citizen. Next is the government to the business. Now what do you mean by the government to the business? So many times the business is somewhat depend upon the government order and the permission. How they can communicate with the government? So the business holder directly communicate with the government by using the internet connection. They can directly mail to the government. Ultimately the government will supply or they will provide the acknowledgement to the particular business activity, and this is all is done by using the internet. So whatever the activity is done between the business with the particular government, that is called as the government to the business. Next is the government to the government. Government to government means, suppose we are taking the example of the state government wants to communicate with the local or the district level government, or we can consider if the Delhi state government wants to communicate with the central government, communicates with the state, then state can be communicated with their local. So this is done by using the e-commerce. By using the e-commerce, they are just whatever the tenders release, whatever the funds is available, they are sent by using the internet only. There is no need to manual interference between the government activity. So this if the Delhi government is released to some funds to the state, so ultimately they can receive within the fraction of the second or the minute. So ultimately the government is utilizing the commerce for their purposes, and that is called as the government to government. Next is the government to the employee. We know that there are the lots of government employees available with us. Suppose we are taking the example of the medical field and any other government schools. So if the government wants to give some facility to them, or if they want to assign some means for their improvement, if they want to communicate with them, so they can arrange the multiple seminars of development program for their employee. Again they can communicate with their employer. If they want to give the PF and other facility to their employee, they can do it by using the internet. So lots of example is available with us. First one is the PF option will be there. If government wants to give the training to their means school staff, so they can do it. How they can perform? They can perform it by using the government to employee by using the internet. So this process is called as the government to the employee. After this, so if now we are using the e-commerce, but there are some security measures should be in the e-commerce. So the e-commerce is security refers to the principle which guides safe electronic transaction. Ultimately, if we are doing everything by using the internet, we should have to take some precautions, or we should have to use some good strategy, so that whatever the information or whatever the payment we are doing, that should be the same. So for that purpose there are the method, and the method is called as the encryption. So encryption is nothing but, or we can call it is the widely used on the internet to protect the user, whatever the information they are sent from the server to the particular client or from person to the person. If your data is very private, you should have to secure that by using the encryption. So there are the two type of encryption. First one is the symmetric encryption, or second one is the asymmetric encryption. So the first is the symmetric, means in the symmetric encryption we can use the only one key for the sender and the receiver. Okay. So in that, suppose we are taking the example of this, what is meant by the digital signature, or what is meant by the encryption. So the encryption is process where we are taking the plain text. Suppose your plain text is the ABCD, and now you want to send this plain text ABCD to the receiver, and receiver should have to read that word like a ABCD. But in between sender and the receiver, if there is one attacker is seated between these two, ultimately whatever information sent, that will comes to that attacker can able to find what is the meaning of that particular text, and he utilizing that text and send the fake text to the receiver. How this is done? If there is a encryption is not, or we can call it is a encryption is not done on that text. But if we done the encryption on our plain text, so ultimately that plain text is, when we apply the key into the plain text, that plain text is converted into the ciphertext. We can call the ciphertext with the coded format. So no one can understood the meaning of that particular input sentence. So when you apply the key into the plain text, ultimately that text will get converted into the ciphertext, and the ciphertext is sent to the receiver. When receiver is received that ciphertext, so ultimately that receiver is having again the key. So by using that key, or by applying the key, he can find the original content of the message. So this process is called as the encryption. Next one is the digital signature. So the digital signature, it is the process, it is also known as the electronic signature. So the digital signature is having the guarantee, or it is the authenticity of the electronics document or the message. Now how we can understood, suppose two company wants to communicate with each other. Okay. Now when they wants to communicate with each other, they should have, or they firstly decided some standard format to share the information. How we can call, or how they can decide this is the original information? Some hackers will be send the information to them. ultimately when they send the information, so ultimately there should not be contain the whatever the format they are decided first. Okay, so digital signature, it is nothing but some type of the authority that they are providing or they set a some standard. By using that standard only they can exchange the information. Here I am giving you the example of the two business organization communicating with each others by using the digital signature. Means by using the electronic signature, while the exchange of the data, documents and the message, they can done it is by using the encryption technique. That might be the asymmetric. Asymmetric means that is public use, means if the manager of one company is communicate with the another company manager, so there should be the some keys that is distributed over, so that message can able to see the owner of the company, CEO of the company. So that type they are using the some type of public key, but that is in again form of the encryption. Next is the digital certificate. So digital certificate, it is an electronic password that allow a person, organization to exchange the data securely over the internet using the public key infrastructure. So by using the public key, we can send the information by using the internet. So whatever the important information we can share, it is by using the e-commerce or it is by using the digital signature. So the next is type of e-commerce. So the first is business to business type. So business to business means one business organization is depend upon another business organization for selling and the buying product. Suppose there are the two business organization. One is the manufacturing of the cloth and one is having the raw material of the cloth. Ultimately these two companies are interdependent or they are depend upon each other. The raw material company wants the order from the company who are going to make the cloths, and again the cloths companies are again depend upon the raw material which is available on the another company. So ultimately business to business stands for it consists of large form of the commerce. This model is defined that the buyer and seller are the two different entities. It is similar to the manufacturing issue goods to the retailer or the wholesaler. I have given you the example. Manufacturer is having option, if manufacturer companies manufacture the product, but there should be the someone that how to buy that product, and that process is called as the business to business. Next one is the business to consumer. Business to consumer means the business is directly connected to the consumer. According to the consumer requirement, the business is satisfying the requirement and sell the product to the consumer, and the whole process is called as the B2C. In this model, the taking business and the customers interaction means according to the consumer interaction, the process is done, or the whole process the consumer is the main concern. The basic concept of this model is to sell and the product online to the consumer. So B2C is the direct trade between the company and the consumer. One company is directly contact to the consumer, there is a no seller and the retailer is available in between these two. So business is directly contact to the consumer and the process is called as the business to consumer. Next is business to the employee. So B2E, so business to employee is the electronic commerce use, and the what is the use of these? It is used in for the business process, or it is used to making means B2C we can call the same. Electronics means or the employee means whatever the business employee is available for that particular company, they can contact with each other by using the B2E. So this is the end of your chapter. One is remaining, that is C2C, customer to customer. When one customer is depend upon the another, means if we take the example of the OLX, so in the OLX there is a no intermediator. If one customer wants to means they want to sell their car or they want to sell their home or everything, they just have to take the picture of that particular and send it to that particular app in OLX. So next who wants to purchase that, they can see the image, if they like they can contact to each other. So customer is involved, first customer is involved in first activity, second customer, means there is the customer to customer involvement, there is a no interference, there is a no intermediator, and that process is called as the C2C. So this is end of your chapter. Thank you.